Undisputed.
Plenty of chippiness to go around in the playoffs in this first round. Good Monday morning, everybody. Thanks for starting your week here on Undisputed. I'm Jen Hale. That's Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp. Good morning, guys.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
What an end to the Warriors game. You realize Steph Curry owes you a case of Diet Dew because you owe me another case of Diet Dew because you gave me 2 points. I negotiated 2 points. I beat you in the Heat over the Bucks game, but I give you the out. You said Giannis has to play in the game, so I'm going to give you a pass on that one, even though I called it correctly. But in this one, I had 2 points. Steph called a timeout and cost you because it should have been way over. Way to go, Steph.
I ain't paying. Steph paying this one.
Steph's paying this one. Steph, you owe me a case of Diet Mountain Dew, the breakfast of champions.
He definitely does.
Yeah, I want it at my doorstep tomorrow.
Let's go, guys. There's so much to unpack from this weekend. We'll see who ends up with the most due at the end of this playoff series. Okay, I want to start with the Lakers, guys, because, Shannon, I thought about you. Before the Lakers beat the Grizzlies on Saturday, LeBron approached Dillon Brooks briefly on a quick exchange. During the game, Brooks was ejected less than a minute into the third quarter when he hit LeBron in the groin. After the game, Brooks did not talk to reporters, while LeBron said he didn't need to make a statement after that type of win. All right, Shannon, so you give us some insight here. How do you think LeBron handled his issues with Dillon Brooks?
Like he's handled everything in his NBA career with class and dignity. LeBron didn't need to, like you said, he didn't need to make a statement. I know a lot of times people expect LeBron's like, man, LeBron should come out. But the one thing that we've known about him, Skip, and what we've seen over his 20-year career, he's going to play the right way. And the right way is what he deems is the right way. A lot of times, LeBron, take the shot. LeBron, do this. LeBron, do that. He says, no, I'm going to let my game dictate. I'm going to let the game dictate my game. And if it calls for me to go get 40, 50, I'll do that. But more times than not, Skip, he's a facilitator, and then he's like, okay, this is what the game needs. Let me take the game over. Well, I'm baffled. A guy that has so much to say after every win, the moment they lose, he got nothing to say.
Well, he ducks. After the game, he wouldn't even talk. He spoke yesterday.
Yeah, and everybody talk about, he was just trying to steal the ball. NBA players, I've never seen a guy try to steal the ball with the back of his hand. Normally, Skip, they try to duck around and try to poke it out with the front of their hand because they got more control doing it like this as opposed to like that. But hey, that's neither here nor there. So LeBron did what I thought LeBron would do. He checked all the boxes. Skip, he said what he said. LeBron said, hey, I do what I do publicly. It wasn't I wonder what, you saw me walk up to him. I would love to be a fly on the wall that everybody had to athlete.
Yeah, what did he say?
I'm going to cook you.
It was something like, you want me? You got me.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Okay.
And so, Skip, I'm not surprised the way LeBron handled it because I think was it that Friday he said, man, I'm not here for the bull jive. I'm not here for the bull jive, man. And LeBron normally has a lot to, Skip, that's one thing. He don't normally duck out on interviews. He normally will give you ask your questions. He'll answer the questions as forthcoming as he possibly can without giving away too much information. But, Skip, I thought he handled it well. But you know what I noticed, Skip? All of a sudden, somebody talking about they not a villain. They don't want the villain role. When you've embraced it, that's exactly what you are, a heel. In the terms of wrestling, and everybody knows what the bad guy is, it's called a heel. The media put that on me. The fans put that on. No, that's your crown. And you embrace it when you win. Now all of a sudden you lose, and now everybody trying to make you to be the bad guy. No, that's the role that you've embraced. That's the only role that you can embrace. Because what do? We can't talk about your game because you don't have game that's talk about them. We can't say, oh, man, you see Brooks handle? Man, you see Brooks, hey, no. Bucket getter?
No.
So we got to talk about something, and that's what you've embraced. But, Skip, I thought LeBron handled it well. He handled it well. They won at the end of the day, what do you say the most important thing was to win the game?
They did that. They actually won the game in the first quarter because they won the first quarter 35-9.
Have you ever seen anything like that before?
Thanks to Dillon the Villain, and that's the most fitting nickname ever in the history of nicknames because he has earned it. Yeah, he is actually thought to be that guy.
Yes.
And now he's saying, don't look at me. No,
The
no.
media.
That's,
The media.
yeah.
Skip, why we do that? We put that on. You put that on him.
Okay. He wanted it, and he got it.
He got it.
Unfortunately, Saturday evening at tip-off, he got it right between the eyes because it was clear to me that from jump, he crumbled under the pressure he inflicted upon himself
Correct.
going into that game. He wanted it. He got it.
Right.
I'm assuming that's what LeBron said to him just before tip-off. And whatever LeBron did during the game wasn't nearly as effective as what he said just before tip-off to him over near the Memphis huddle.
Right.
Dillon Brooks missed 8 of his first 9 shots. He went 3 of 13 for the game, but all that mattered was he missed 8 of his first 9, and they were some clankers, man. He was laying bricks.
But he's a bricklayer.
I thought he was going to build a second Crypto.com arena before the night was over, and that's all you needed to know. And his team crumbled around him because they weren't ready to handle the onslaught from a Laker crowd that actually filled the building for the first time in forever. This is like a new era has dawned because obviously the championship they won had an asterisk on it because it was one in the bubble.
Stop doing that. Stop doing that, Skip. Don't do that.
I'm not going to give you that one. I'm sorry. I can't let you get away with it. But the point was, that's what happened in that game. It was a first quarter game. Now, very quietly from the second quarter forward, guess who won the game in the last 3 quarters? The Memphis Grizzlies won the game 92-76 from the first quarter on. So it was strictly about Dillon, the villain, in the first quarter, can't make a shot.
Right.
Then from that point on, it went all the way to the fourth quarter when Ja went berserk, crazy, go nuts, high flying, scored 24 in the fourth. And they actually climbed back into a reasonable, sort of credible finish to the game,
right,
which I think they're going to carry into game 4, because, and we'll get to that in just a few minutes. But here's the point. Here's my biggest takeaway about LeBron. You thought he handled it well. I didn't think he handled it poorly, but he did surprise me. And it started with the psychological gamesmanship of going to him before the game. Okay, now I'm going to give you this. It worked as far as its impact on said basketball game, game 3, which was somewhat of a turning point.
Because it's so far out of character, LeBron normally doesn't talk.
Okay, thank you. He never does that. And I'm also going to remind you, he actually started all this in game 2 when he made that fadeaway, a la the shot that passed Kareem for the all-time scoring leader. And then he goes up court and he initiated the first verbal sparring between him and Dillon Brooks. And it surprised me because it showed me that Dillon Brooks is getting a little bit under his skin. So this was in game 2 back in Memphis that we'll see, here's the shot. It's a good shot, very good shot. And he loved it and he could not contain himself. So as they jumped a little bit.
Skip, he just looking at him,
and then he goes off on him. And
he still ain't said anything yet until he starts to walk away and they call the timeout. That's when he calls him up.
I think he was already starting to
No, he didn't say anything, Skip. He not talking. Now he talking.
Okay.
Now.
Okay, but Dillon Brooks, whatever he got, what rise he got out of LeBron, he is literally clapping back at him because he's jubilant. I got him. I got under his skin. And he said after the game, I thought that was going to take until game 4 or 5 to get a rise out of him like that. And that prompted Dillon Brooks to call him after the game old.
Right.
I got him. Here, I'm going to turn the screws because I got under his skin.
He was clapping because the mere fact that LeBron knows his name, that LeBron spoke to him.
All right.
I mean,
I'll give you that. I give you that.
Let's go.
Okay, but LeBron did know his name. LeBron did stoop, in my view. He stooped all the way down. It's called pissing match with the skunk. Right. He got down on the level to piss match with the skunk. Okay, so then...
Well, sometimes all you got to do if you're going to get a PM match with a skunk, Skip, I'm just going to eat some asparagus.
Okay.
Hey, I'm going to stink it up with him.
Okay.
That's what we going to do.
But it's hard to outstink a skunk.
Hey.
You can't. I don't care how much asparagus you eat, it's not going to match the skunk. Have you ever smelled the skunk before? Lord have mercy.
They shut it down.
It gets all over you. You can't get it off.
We had a couple of dogs that lost a match with a skunk.
Oh, Lord have mercy. It's almost like you could wash the dog all you want and you can't get it off.
It just takes time.
No, okay. All right, so it's just going to take time for LeBron to get the stench off him. Okay, so then I liked the psychological ploy, but I was shocked that LeBron would again stoop to his level to actually go acknowledge him before Saturday night's game. And then after the game, it was very weird to me because I watched the whole thing, and LeBron's message was, I don't even want to talk about him. I'm above all this.
Right.
This isn't my first rodeo. Others have tried this before and blah, blah, blah. And he went on and on. He talked for like 10 minutes about Dillon Brooks. He never said his name because he's not going to say his name. But it was clear that it did get to him some weird way. It got to him, and he wanted to make it clear that I got him back. And when I went to him before the game, as he said, you made the point. He said, it was very public. I wanted it to be very public. I didn't want to do it out of the side of my mouth. Jordan was infamous for that in his trash talk.
Yeah, but
so was Larry Bird.
But Jordan was telling guys and shoot around, he's coming, who got me tonight? Oh, you're getting 50 on you.
Yeah. No, I mean, okay. So in a game like this, you brought up Jordan. Jordan would have just attacked immediately and wanted the one-on-one matchup because he would want to physically and then psychologically destroy said trash talk.
Right.
But LeBron didn't really go at Dillon Brooks, and then he reverted to starting taking threes. I'm like, LeBron, that's not what you do. You realize LeBron in the last 2 games against Memphis is now 1 of 12 from 3. It's no good. It's no good. You got to be better than that if you're going to win this series, and I do believe they can win this series, but I also think tonight's going to be a lot harder game than you think it is because I thought Memphis left that game with some momentum that I didn't see coming. It looked, the final score looks way worse than what actually happened in the game because Memphis just rebuilt its confidence over the last 3 quarters after that horrendous start thanks to Dillon Brooks. And by the way, if I could just show everybody what a bunch of clankers he shot, could we see Dillon Brooks? He missed 8 of his first 9 shots as he crumbled under that pressure. Could we please see those in a row? This is Dillon Brooks feeling the heat, feeling the pressure, boing, feeling the heat. He's got a terrible shot.
Yeah.
He's just a terrible shooter. Okay. And that's long. And now you're starting to really press.
You're more amazed when it goes in as opposed to when he misses.
I agree.
What is that?
That's wide right. And